Our guest speaker is Adrian Danila, and he is currently the Regional Maintenance Director for Lesson. Lesson's a rapidly growing property services organization that facilitates logistics for every stage of home services and repair for both residents and service professionals. This is an innovative technology type organization. They use data capabilities such as providing analytics and insights to clients while they standardize operational processes and building field training. There's not anything that's ever done this before that I know of. In addition to his responsibilities with Lesson, Adrian has a wide array of expertise, and he's doing some really great things for our industry. For example, here, just a little bit, I've asked him to really touch on his background. It's fascinating to me. He's an attorney, he's been a teacher, he's won educational awards, he's set several records in maintenance operations turnarounds, and he holds several professional certifications. So let's give him a hand and then take it away.
Thank you very much for the warm introduction, Mrs. Brown. I'm Adrian Danila. I'm very excited to be here with you all. A little nervous too. I never spoke in front of this many people before, right? Maybe 15, 20 people was the most, right? So I wanted to start by telling you a little bit about my personal history, you know, how I ended up being here today, right? 1975, I was born in Romania, a communist country at the time, you know, a very brutal regime. If you're knowing what's going on in North Korea today, nowadays, this is exactly the type of life that people lived in Romania back in the day. I'm going to give you a few pointers, a few examples, if you're not too familiar with communism. So, government wanted to control everything. They wanted to control people's lives. You're not allowed to think for yourself. Thinking for yourself, speaking up, could have been a crime. You could go to prison for that. You could not practice or speak about religion freely. My parents were teachers, both. They were not allowed to go to church because the government didn't want them to influence young minds like yours into believing in God. So my upbringing is really not something that's really close to the faith. I was never exposed to faith, mainly because of that. They were probably afraid to express, to talk about it at home. Growing up, I remember I was 6 years old. My father would take me in a room. We had no electricity. Electricity was rationalized. So we would get power outages. We'll have probably electricity 4 or 5 hours a day. But typically in the evenings, we would not have electricity. So he spent half of his monthly salary. He bought a radio that we would run on batteries. And 8 o'clock p.m. every night, there was a 1 hour program broadcasted by Voice of America. Okay, so this is the way we learn what happened in a free world. This is how I learned about America. And they have some really nice reportages about American cities, reportages that I couldn't see on TV. By the way, on TV, we only had 2 hours a day. And it was mainly just communist propaganda. Everything that you will see on TV was that Western societies are evil, capitalism is evil. And I was listening to those programs, and part of the programs, they would describe American cities. So I was listening with my dad in the dark, and then I was close. Excuse me. I was closing my eyes trying to imagine what the cities, the American cities, look like. And that was the first time when I really had the desire to visit America if I ever had a chance, the opportunity. So I went to school. Going to school and growing up, we had to fight for survival. Food was not available in the stores. My mom would wake me up at 4 o'clock in the morning, take me to the city, and we would spend more than half a day waiting in lines for food to come in. We didn't even know what type of food is gonna be delivered. Literally, you will walk down the street and there'll be a line, people waiting. You will stand in line and wait. The reason why she took me with her was because everything that was given to people was rationalized. For example, if they had chicken, each person will get 1 chicken. So because she had me with her, we would get 2 chickens. She actually built those huge, humongous bags that we could put in whatever we could get our hands on for the day. We did this probably once or twice a month. And that really helped her feed our family.